How many types of vocals can you find? The placement of the tonic syllable indicates the focus of the information. We take a look at two major types of tonic placement. The first type of tonic placement is called neutral tonic placement or neutral tonicity, normal placement. The second major type of tonic placement is called dislocated tonic, contrastive, and emphatic. Normal placement is normally placed on the last content word, but in some exceptional cases, it may fall on the early content word or on the function word. Examples: topic on the last content word. Everyone was there. He was finally admitted to the university. Topic on the early content word. We'll just stay here. That's what the book says. Contrastic and emphatic. Maybe a tip by placing the topic and a different place of where it would normally appear. Examples: Jim was there. The sentence emphasizes that it was Jim who was there, not somebody else. I gave Jack that book on history yesterday. The sentence expresses contrast, that I gave Jack and not somebody else.
How does the notion of ambiguity relate to the grammatical function of intonation? It is related to the grammatical function of intonation by inventing sentences which, when written, are ambiguous and whose ambiguity can only be removed by using differences of intonations. For instance, those who sold quickly made a profit. Those who sold quickly made a profit. The difference caused by the placement of the tonic unit boundary is seen to be equivalent to giving two different paraphrases of the sentences as since. A profit was made by those who sold quickly. A profit was quickly made by those who sold.
What grammatical concepts or categories are studied with this approach? Grammar and intonation are directly related. The listener is able to recognize the grammar and syntax structure of what is being said by using the information contained in the intonation. Grammatical intonation is used in those sentences which are ambiguous. It can only be removed by using differences of intonation. In the following example, the difference caused by the placement of tone unit boundaries causes two different interpretations of sentence. Atypical examples are the sentences: those who sold quickly made a profit, or those who sold quickly made a profit. Let us look further at the role of tone unit boundaries and the link between the tone unit and units of grammar. I won't have any tea. I don't like it. In sentences with a more complex structure, tone unit boundaries are often found at the phrase and clause boundaries as well, as in France, where farms tend to be smaller, the subsidies are more important. It is very unusual to find a tone unit boundary at a place where the only grammatical boundary is a boundary between words. Tone unit boundary placement can then indicate grammatical structure to the listener, and we can find minimal pairs, as in the conservatives who like the proposal are pleased, or the conservatives who like the proposal are pleased. The intonation makes clear the difference between the first one, which is restrictive, and the second one that is non-restrictive relative clauses, because the first example implies that only some conservatives like the proposal, while the second one implies that all the conservatives like it. Another component of intonation that can be said to have grammatical significance is the choice of tone in the tonic syllable. One example that is very familiar is the use of a rising tone with questions.
The study of this course attempts to look at larger contexts in which sentences occur. For example, have you got any free time this morning? I might have later on if the meeting is off. They were talking about putting it later. You can't be sure. Each sentence could be studied in isolation and be analyzed in terms of grammatical construction, lexical content, and so on. It's obvious the sentences form part of a large conversation between two speakers. If we consider how intonation may be studied in relation to discourse, we can identify two main areas. One of them is focusing intonation on the most important aspects of the message, and the other is concerned with the regulation of conversational behavior. We can see at least two other ways in which information can assist in focusing attention. The tone chosen can indicate whether the information is new or old. Since the last time we met, we had that huge dinner. I've been on a diet. The first two tone units present information which is relevant to what the speaker is saying, but it is not something new. The final tone unit does present the new information. The falling tone indicates new information, while rising, including falling rising tones, indicate shared or given information.